Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica Fit Beauty. If you're new here, welcome to my YouTube familia. I hope that you will subscribe to become a part of it. If you're coming back, welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing out a bunch of kind of new, some old drugstore makeup products, a bunch of new Maybelline stuff, and find out what I loved and hated. I mean, I'm sure you guys can already tell there's some definite craziness going on in this makeup look. So if you guys want to see, and there's a surprise giveaway at the end of this video, and you want to enter, just keep on watching. So let's go ahead and jump right on into this thing because I have a nice big bag from Ulta containing some new Makeup Revolution. I also went to Walmart and got a new Flower Beauty product that I've been dying to try. And then I ordered online through Ulta.com a bunch of new Maybelline stuff. And of course the reformulated Superstay foundation, which already looking at this, I think it's gonna be a little too dark. But you know, you can never tell online with those swatches. First up, we have the Maybelline Master Prime Primer Base. It's supposed to hydrate and smooth. This reminds me a lot of a higher end one.
The shade of it all.
No tea, no shade. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this on the skin. So I'm just going to use a little bit. It is white. Doesn't really have too much of a smell. It definitely feels like it's got some dimethicone in it. And I'm going to apply it onto the pore area on the face, which is always my concern, right through here. Now we're going to move on to the foundation. This is the Superstay Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, which in my little head, as somebody who works for Lancome, my little light bulb went off, ding, ding, ding. Those keywords sound so familiar. And if you guys know, Maybelline is owned by L'Oreal. L'Oreal is the mama company who owns, okay, I'm going to blow your mind, Maybelline, L'Oreal, Lancome, YSL, NYX, as well as Armani. Does this mean they're all the same? No. There are definitely things that are very unique to each product line, but the 24-hour wear, total coverage, it kind of made me go, oh, Tint Idel by Lancome. Is it just as good? If it is, great. There's a cheaper version. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit on my face.
Get a big glob
on one side, and I'm going to use my Flower Beauty sponge because it is my favorite. I hate the L'Oreal sponges. Sorry. Not sorry. It's just the truth. And this is definitely going to be a little dark on me. So sorry guys for those of you going, it's too dark.
This is my color.
I'm going to go ahead and take the sponge and we're just going to apply it. The foundation has a nice smell. So sometimes foundations that are drugstore, I don't know why, but they just smell so horrendous, but they're awesome. Case in point, the Wet n Wild foundation. Smells awful, but works really well. Can tell you guys by looking at it right now, it is doing a good job covering. I definitely feel like this is a medium to full coverage. Of course, it is a little orange for me. Don't judge that, but you know. I'm going to go ahead and use the Pure foundation brush and again apply a little bit on the back of my hand. Then we're just going to dot it on the same way. We're going to see how this applies with a brush, if we notice any difference. So I definitely think with a brush, it's much thicker. However, it seems to kind of pull with a brush as well and not stay. It's kind of thinned out right here. And I don't like that. This is definitely, I'm just going to say, not like Tint Idel. So in case you guys were wondering, like a typical color I would normally choose is number 220 Natural Beige, but it looks really, really orange.
I don't like the look of it. Oompa, loompa.
Kind of weird on the coloring chart. Of course, online it's really hard to tell. And that is the one thing I hate about drugstore is either buying online or buying in person. You don't always get to try it first or swatch it on the back of your hand to know. And this color is definitely dark. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to put on a little bit of concealer and then come back. I'm just going to use the Maybelline Fit Me, which I actually really love this foundation, and I use the color Light. And then we'll be right back and continue on. Okay, so I went ahead and put a little bit of concealer on using the Fit Me by Maybelline concealer, which I do actually really like, and it kind of helped lighten up a little bit, but it still looks a little Oompa Loompa-y. Next up, I'm going to pull out the Flower Beauty, and this is the Miracle Matte Translucent Finishing Powder. I was going to go for more of the glowy one, but the one that was available at Walmart was actually already opened, and I won't do that. I just can't do that. So I went for the Miracle Matte. This one is not new, but it's also prettier packaging. Like, I really appreciate this packaging. It is $11.99 to $13.99, and sometimes even less if they're running a sale online or through walmart.com, so it's kind of confusing, but you can kind of find it in between that range, like $9 to $14. The packaging, though, for the price, I think is incredible. She did a really good job. And I'm saying she because Drew Barrymore, this is her line, and I like just the way that this looks. I think it's very pretty. You open it up, and in top it has a little sponge type thing, or powder puff is what I should say, and it is very, very white looking powder. Not sure if you guys can see in there, probably not, but you will see as soon as I put it on my face. I'm going to go ahead and use the Flower Beauty sponge. This to be pretty finely milled. Has a little bit of a scent in the scent of it. It just kind of smells like plasticky, and I have a feeling it's probably the container that it is housed in. So I'm going to pick a little bit up here, and we are going to apply right underneath the eye. Really finely milled. It goes on pretty nice. I'm not going to bake too heavy, like I'm just kind of tapping it into the eye rather than letting it set on the eye, but it is definitely brightening. If you can see, I mean, this is pretty bright, but this is definitely brightening even more. It's got a really good consistency to it. I'm just going to kind of do it across my eyes too. And I like this. I'll have to test it for flashback with pictures and let you guys know. The thing I can hate about translucent powders, especially matte ones, is it'll tend to look really cakey on the face and catch in my fine lines. This is definitely not doing it at all. So I'm super impressed because, hey, this is drugstore prices. I've always bought Laura Mercier, and Laura Mercier, as you guys know, is not inexpensive. It's expensive. So yeah, I just kind of want to look if you guys can see that. It is very finely milled. So the powder by Drew Barrymore, the Flower Powder Miracle Matte, I am loving it. All right, so up next, I'm going to do brows. I have the NYX, I did just open it right now, the NYX 3-dimensional brow. It's actually a marker. So initially I thought it was very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills kind of pencil, you know, the one, it's the brow definer, but no, this is a marker, and I just want to show you guys, I'm going to draw here on my hand, what it looks like. I'm very intrigued, but there is no spoolie on it, so I'm going to take, actually this is one of my favorite drugstore pencils, it's by Maybelline, it's the Brow Precise Micro Pencil, but I'm going to take the spoolie on the end of this and just kind of brush my brows up. And I know a couple of you have asked me to do a new updated brow tutorial, so I definitely will be doing that in the near future. I can't say how near because I am backed up on videos with going back to school. So I'm just trying to, you know, try to get my life right. Try to figure out how to balance all of this new stuff. Anyway, I'm going to take this and we're going to just go ahead and kind of create little hair-like strokes going straight up. This is a little red. This is the soft brown. And I'm just kind of filling in the areas that need to be filled in. I am not quite sure how I feel about this yet. It's definitely leaving like a pink color on my skin. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks rather pink or red for a soft brown. That's interesting. I like how it filled in though, I will say that, but the color is definitely not my color. So we're gonna put that to the side. Jury's out on this one, but I also have the Build 'em Up brow filler, powder filler. I want you guys to hear this. Sounds like a baby rattler. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. Ooh, can you guys see it's like rather chunky on there? I'm slightly scared. Go ahead and do it on this brow that I've already started to fill in. This color's much better than the other one for sure. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not giving me what this shows on the back. I'm supposed to have hairs. Next.
Lies. Oh, lies!
And my brow still looks red from that other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do this brow off camera. We're going to come back and yeah, this is bad. These brows, this one looks red. The whole thing has like a really pink undertone from the three-dimensional brow marker thing. And then this one, about midway through, so to right here, it's pink because I could not get this to work anymore. So this is a pow. Massive fill for me. And then this brow build 'em up brow filler is all over my desk right here. It was a mess. A hot mess. I'm not happy with it. It got underneath my eyes and thank God it did brush away, but it's just, I don't know what's happening here. So if you're just tuning in and somehow you decided to fast forward and you're on my brows, I apologize. They're bad. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the Maybelline. This is the Total Temptation Shadow and Highlight Palette. I'm gonna tell you these feel a couple of them feel kind of chalky. A couple of them feel really, really good. So that's kind of where I fall in place. I'm going to start with this kind of brown color up here because of course I would. I always gravitate towards the warm side of things. I felt like this palette looks so pretty though. And I was like, oh, okay, Maybelline, coming in, bringing it in. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this in the crease of the eye. I mean, that's pretty. It's not giving me a huge payoff though. I'm not wowed by it. I'm going to go into the orange color in this palette. We're going to put this on the crease as well, kind of bringing it down a little bit more. That's a little more pigmented actually, a whole lot more pigmented. Definitely gave me a lot more payoff. So that kind of burnt orange color in this palette was good. I'm loving it. It's this one right here. Very, very pretty. So okay, Maybelline, try it. I'm going to go into the kind of golden color on the top. It's like a tan golden color, and use a fluffy brush, and we're going to apply this on the lid. I mean, really? There's just hardly any pigmentation coming off of this.
Holy hell, son, you're about as useful as a cock-flavored lollipop.
Oh, it looks really chalky on the lid. I don't know if you guys can see. It's just not, it's not a lot of payoff. It's not a lot of wow factor here. Okay, so this palette is definitely a no-go for me. It is $11.99. It feels really chalky, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even feel like finger swatches are needed. We saw how it performed on my eye. It's definitely leaving some chalky kind of residue on my eyelids. It's catching, it's just not doing it for me. Even for $11.99, I can't tell you guys to like it. So let's move on and try the Curvitude Liner by Maybelline. Here is what it looks like up close. Kind of got like a bulbous look in the center. It's very interesting. I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. Kind of reminded me again of another product by Lancome, their Grandiose eyeliners, which turn like this, but they can also go back. That would be a cool feature if they had it so it could turn and then go back. But what I like about the one by Grandiose is that I can just touch it right up against the eyelid and it creates a nice line. Let's see how pigmented this is. I'm going to go ahead and do back my hand. So that looks rather promising just looking at the pigmentation of it. Hopefully it dries down and is more matte than shiny because I'm not a huge shiny type eyeliner lover. Let's go ahead and try it on the eye. I'm going to do it tilted up. I'm going to come right in at the lid and kind of tap it on. So it's definitely not doing the same thing that my Grandiose liner does. It's kind of bleeding up a little bit. So the eyeliner is okay. It does dry down pretty matte actually. So that's a plus. I feel like there would be a kind of learning curve with this for people. And the fact that I can't like, you know, push it to go straight. that's kind of an issue, but the color overall is nice. It did seem to bleed a little bit, but I think it just was really saturated with color. So once I kind of got it going, it calmed down. But I don't feel like you could go in with a really precise line on this. So there's kind of the down for that. I'm going to do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did the other eye. Just kind of wanted to recap on this product. It is $6.99, and do I think it is worth it? If you are like in a pinch and this is all you could find, sure. Would I direct you to go buy this because I think it's just an amazing eyeliner? Honestly, it's not one of my favorites at all. Let's move on to mascara. I have the Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. This is a newer mascara. It retails for $6.99 at Target. And they say it is a new formula that is creamy and whipped, infused with coconut extract. I don't know if I smell coconut. Maybe a little, but I smell perfumey is what I smell, to be honest with you. The wand, I'm not a huge fan of these type of wands. It looks a little cakey, but we'll just have to see how it grips. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right at the base here and then just kind of wiggle it up. And the funny thing is one of my favorite mascaras of all time was the Maybelline, the pink and green packaging. I used that for years, especially when I needed a mascara that was inexpensive. I loved that mascara. However, my most recent favorite one is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. And I still think that the Lash Paradise beats this one overall. I think this is nice. I mean, it's okay, but it's not making me go, ooh, ah, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Overall, this mascara is okay. Again, it's $6.99, so to me, that's a nice price, but I do think that the Lash Paradise beats it. I don't mind kind of thick, voluminous lashes, actually. I love them, but for some reason, this just doesn't, I don't know, I'm not getting like, I'm getting more stuck together versus like volume looking individual lashes, if that makes sense. All right, so I went ahead and put a little bit of contour on and some blush, and then as I was doing that, I looked down and I noticed right here along my jawline, everything is just massively separating. Like right here, it's separating really bad. The foundation right here, I have not done anything. And it just feels so dry and cakey and heavy. Like, I honestly cannot wait to get this off of my face. All right, so we're in an epic fail with the rest of this makeup, but I don't want to stop. I do want to try these three guys. These are the Makeup Revolution liquid highlighter drops, and I have 4 of the shades here. These are basically a knockoff. That's a nice way to put it. Copy knockoff of the Cover FX liquid drops. These are $9 each in comparison to the Cover FX drops, which are $42. All right, so let's go ahead and do the liquid champagne color. I'm just gonna take a little bit. Ooh, let's be Instagrammy.
No! God, please, no! No!
Well, that was a fail. Head and rub it in. That is gonna be a lot. I feel like something like this would be so beautifully mixed with your foundation. You know what I mean? To just kind of really put a drop in there, make you super dewy looking. And it's not blended in yet, but still. Put a little bit down the nose, rub it in. This is a little oily. I can tell you that right now. Feels a little oily, but I kind of feel like that's expected, and it's not a bad thing, but I definitely went a little ham over on that side, so we got to kind of match it up. Of course, honestly, the moment I get off this camera, I'm going to be taking this off because I cannot stand this foundation. So this highlighter, $9. Yes, I really want to try it with mixed into my foundation. It's very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. And it highlights, but it gives like a dew on the face. And yes. Oh, I'm so happy with that because there's so much that I've tried today that I'm just like, wah, wah. Let's go ahead and use these lipsticks. These are the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. They said that these are new colors, so I'm excited to try these. So let's swatch both of these on the back of my hand. Here is Poet. That's a gorgeous color. Love that color. And then here is Protector. I really like these applicators a lot. So there is Protector. That's very dark. So these retail for about $7 to $9. I think it just depends on sales, everything else, and where you purchase it, just to let you know. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this directly on my lips. So it's a little blotchy, just to be honest. Such a fun color, like I love it. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and conclude this video because there was definitely some horrible things and some great things. I want to start off with my so-sos. I think that the Master Prime is good. Am I like wowed by it? I don't know. I mean, it's a primer. I think it's pretty good. I think the price is a nice price if you're in the market for a primer at the drugstore. Just looking at it when it was placed on the face, it was a good job. The eyeliner I am so-so on. I think that this will just be difficult for the majority of people to use. I know that I said it reminded me a lot of the Grandiose eyeliner, but the nice thing about that one is it can go straight, so you can really get in there. But there's like a little bulb on there on this applicator, and it just, I don't know. The verdict's out on that one. The Total Temptation mascara is a so-so for me. I mean, in a pinch, I feel like it would be just fine, but I'm not like, yes, run out and get it. It's the best new drugstore mascara ever. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and go into negatives because I want to leave with positives. The Total Temptation eyeshadow palette was a fail for me. I don't like these little ridges on the eyeshadows. I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of hard to pick up with your finger or with a brush. It's just irritating to me. I don't know. Something about designs on palettes, unless it's more down in, it can just kind of irritate me. The price of it is a great price, but it's just, you may like it. I don't think it was that great. I felt like it was chalky, powdery, and yeah, so that's a no-go for me. The foundation is a definite heck no. It's awful. Like, I don't even want to donate this to anybody because I hated it, and I just feel like it's a crappy foundation. This color was so off. I can't say any more than that. It's coming off already right through here. If you guys can see how blotchy it is, it's awful. Then right here, it's blotchy. I tried applying it both ways. The brush, it seemed to kind of peel off. The sponge did okay, but it just was not my favorite. These two eyebrow products from NYX are a massive fail to me. The brow powder is chunky. It gets everywhere. It's not easy to use. And then the 3D brow marker, what's the purpose if I can only use it on one brow and then it dies and I can't use it on the other? Not to mention the fact that soft brown was basically like a light auburn. What? Please. Okay, so we're done with the negatives. Let's move on to the positives. The Super Stay Matte Ink lipsticks, I can tell you I've tried other ones and I do like them. I actually really like both of these colors. I think they're very pretty. Again, we have Poet and Protector, and I think this color is really unique. I will say it is a little patchy on the lips. I think that it will be best with a lip liner. So leave you with that. Then we have the Pop Makeup Magnet Mist. I love this. I like the way it went on the face. I think the price is a little high, to be honest, for Pop Beauty. I don't feel like they're a huge name yet, and they're not really available a lot of places, so $16, I'm like, you could be like 10 or like 12. But it smelled really good, and I like the mister on it. There's that. Next, we have the Makeup Revolution High Liquid Highlighters. I like these. I think they're great. They have a little bit of a funky smell, but it's not awful. It's so off-putting that I just can't use it. But I think that this is so pretty. I'm really excited to play with it more over a foundation I like. Then we have the Flower Beauty. This is the Miracle Matte Translucent Powder. This is so fine. It went on really well, but because of this foundation, I feel like I cannot give it like a full, complete review. I think it's good. I like how it went on. I do like how fine it was, but it just this foundation is throwing me off. Everything's throwing me off with the foundation. So overall, those are the things that I liked, disliked, and then was a kind of undecided on. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was probably long. And I have an exciting little pop-up giveaway. These are sold out on the Moda website. They are the Moda Mythical Pro Makeup Brushes. It is a 6-piece Star Travel kit. Comes with these brushes. I want you guys to see. They are so pretty. And I feel like I have just a ton of makeup brushes around. Of course, my daughter wanted these, but I'm like, you are dying. So no. And I know I did just do another makeup brush giveaway through BH Cosmetics, but I always am spreading the cheer because especially this time of year, it's Christmas. So if you guys want to be entered to win this, let me know down below in the comment section. What products do you want from everything that I reviewed? And if there was a product that you disagree with me on, let me know. I want to know what you guys think. Anyway, until next time, we'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye! It's a Rockstar day. And no, I'm not sponsored by Drugstore. I just think it's so funny when YouTubers have to clarify that they're not sponsored by Coca-Cola, Rockstar, or Fiji water because they're drinking it in their video. I mean, anybody else think that's really funny? I think it's funny. Like, come on, internet, let's be a little bit nicer. Let's seriously, I mean, if you don't like somebody, don't freaking stink and watch them. Is it that hard?
I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this.